In 2014, Russia snatched Crimea. There were sanctions then. It made no difference. I know they hurt for a couple months or maybe a couple years, but now Russia's back. Are sanctions enough to stop Russia, sir?
I think it depends on how well coordinated and how far the sanctions go. What we've seen so far is an indication from Western countries who are working very closely together to the Russians that this is what we're going to do right now, and depending on what you do, we will do more. And I think it's I don't think we've ever seen a sanctions program as broad and as wide and as deep as the one that's being thought through. The decision to cut off the contract on the Nord Stream gas from Germany was a huge step by that country. And the financial and the other sanctions that are being put in place are going to be quite substantial. I think the debate today clearly revealed the extent to which Russia is very badly isolated. Even China indicating very clearly that it was a time for de-escalation, that there was no excuse for further provocative action, and that there was no way to describe what has taken place other than an invasion. And you can't deny the right to exist of your neighbor, which is essentially what President Putin did on Monday, without paying a very heavy price. And I think we're every day, every minute of every day, we see what steps are being taken on all sides, whether it's a step backwards, if you like, and heading again to a negotiation table, or whether they insist on pushing forward in the East and elsewhere in Ukraine. And if they do, they will pay a very, very heavy price.
Mr. Ambassador Rae, what's the price? I mean, we've seen the sanctions. So, you know, this is a very long game that has unfolded over years for Vladimir Putin. What other tools at the disposal does members of the United Nations have to crank up the message to Vladimir Putin to back off?
Well, I think the fact that a number of countries, including Canada, have been prepared to send weapons to Ukraine is a clear indication, and the decision of the Ukrainian people to support their president and support the defenses of Ukraine is an indication that if he goes beyond the ceasefire line, there will be a major, major conflagration. And he has to understand that, and he has to wear it, and he has to understand that will be him in the dock. That will be Vladimir Putin ignoring the rights of a sovereign people, invading a permanent member of the Security Council, invading another country, a smaller neighbor. I think there's talk about President Putin looking for a legacy. I think his legacy will be, as I said in my speech today, it will be poverty, it will be death, it will be hardship. It'll be the worst possible legacy anybody could ask for.
Ambassador to the United Nations for Canada, Bob Rae. Ambassador Rae, I got to leave it there. We've got the Public Safety Minister, Marco Mendicino, who's just revoked the Emergencies Act, as you know. Another major situation unfolding. I look forward to more conversations with you as we watch the situation in Ukraine and Russia. That is our ambassador to the UN. Thank you, Ambassador.
Thanks, Evan. Good to talk to you.